Hello, Nikki Sanders here with Nikki Sanders Leadership Consulting, and welcome to another video for More Than Social Work with Nikki Sanders. Today is March 4th. It is the fourth day of National Social Work Month. The theme for National Social Work Month 2024 is empowering social work. Now, that's something that I do all day, every day as a social work career empowerment coach. And I'm so excited that the National Association of Social Workers chose that theme, but also is choosing to focus on higher pay and better working conditions for social workers. And that includes social work students, because I do believe that social work students should be paid for their internship placement. So during the month of March, each day of the month, I am going to post on my social media platform, so follow me on LinkedIn at Nikki Sanders MSW, a social work tip of the day for every day in March. So we're on day 4, so I'm getting ready to catch you up on 4 tips. Tip number 1 for day 1 is define social work career success on your own terms. That means exactly what it sounds like. It doesn't matter what your sister did, doesn't matter what your professor did, doesn't matter what your internship supervisor did, doesn't matter what your colleagues have done. It only matters what you choose to be or consider a success, right? So me becoming a therapist is not a success for me. That is something that I absolutely have no desire to do. There are some people who success for them means a certain dollar amount. Success for them means a certain title. Success for them means a certain organization. Years ago, I thought that working in disaster preparedness with the American Red Cross was the perfect job for me. That was career success. And then I decided that that's not something that I wanted to do professionally, but that I could find ways to give back and help prepare in my own community. So what does social work career success look like for you? Remember, my goal as a career empowerment coach is that you define social work career success on terms and that we are dismantling the narrow, outdated narrow, outdated view of social work. So we are narrowing, dismantling, tackling the outdated, narrow view of social work. Let me say that again. As a social work career empowerment coach, part of my goal is to dismantle the outdated, narrow view of social work. So define social work career on your terms, career success on your terms, because you get to decide what success means to you. And again, it does not have to be a role with the title social worker, right? So that's day 1. So day 2, in case you haven't seen it, and I have it written down here, day 2, I say this all the time. I'm going to say it forever and ever and ever. Social workers do not take a vow of poverty. Well, I'm so excited that the National Association of Social Workers is choosing finances and salary and wages for Social Work Month to highlight the appreciation, the support, and that social workers deserve to be paid more. You are not a martyr. You are not a volunteer, not a nun or priest. You, as a social worker, did not take a vow of poverty. And contrary to popular demand or popular belief, you are not a better social worker if you make a small amount of money. You are not a better social worker if you don't have a high salary. You are not a better social worker if you're struggling financially to meet your own basic needs. So, social workers do not take a vow of poverty. So, I gave you day 1 and day 2. Day 3 was yesterday. Yesterday's social work tip of the day is that professional burnout is not a social work rite of passage. Now, I know you know some stressed out, burned out, overwhelmed social workers, but it does not have to be that way, and it should not be that way. And coming from someone who suffered from compassion fatigue and professional burnout, I'm saying to everyone who will listen, social workers do not have to experience professional burnout. It is not a rite of passage. We can social work differently. We can set boundaries. We can do things individually, right, that allow us to practice self-care and have valuable or quality work-life balance. Here's the truth. Professional burnout is a systemic issue. So let's stop blaming individual people for not taking their paid time off, for not going on vacation, for not setting boundaries with their clients, when the social work profession, and social work schools included, really do reward people for professional burnout and overwhelm, and have just decided that this is just who we are and what we do, and it certainly should not be and does not have to be. So remember that professional burnout is not a social work rite of passage. We can do what we need to do individually, but we also need to tackle this systemic. So today is day 4, and a social work tip of the day for today. This is important. Social work skills are highly transferable. Now, in terms of a social work career empowerment coach, I believe that social workers have the foundation to do whatever it is that they want to do professionally with their social work education, experience, and skills, right? So as a social worker, your education, your experience, your expertise are transferable to many, many, many professions, job titles, opportunities. And it's not just those with the traditional social work or public health or youth development or criminal justice areas. Although our skills are transferable in those areas too, there are social workers who are working in environmentalism. There are social workers, listen, financial social work is amazing. There are people who are now shifting to support people around their finances. And I've already said environmental social work, as you can see, that's what I love when I'm always sitting outside. But you get to understand that your skills are transferable. Social work skills are human behavior skills. Social work skills are people skills. We are great communicators, great coordinators, great planners, great problem solvers. All of those things are transferable skills that other organizations need. We have social workers working in tech and recruitment and employee assistance programs. So remember that your social work skills are transferable. You are not stuck. You just need to get some clarity, maybe a little support around personal branding or a little help in deciding kind of where to go and what to do in terms of your job search, where you want to go, but also where your skills may be a good match for. But you are not stuck. Your social work skills are highly transferable. So I've given you days 1 through 4, all in this one video. Definitely join me tomorrow for your social work tip of the day for day 5. And actually join me throughout the entire month of March for a daily social work tip of the day. So share any comments, share your feedback. Hopefully you found something that I've said helpful. You can check out my LinkedIn page, Nikki Sanders, NASW, and there's details in terms of all of the things that I have shared here related to the tip. But happy Social Work Month to all of the amazing social work students, social workers, social work educators. Happy Social Work Month. I celebrate you. You deserve to be celebrated. And I want you to have a great month. So I will see you again soon with our next set of tips. So I've given you 1 through 4. Head on over to LinkedIn, catch the other ones if you want a little bit more information. And then tomorrow, remember to check in. So this is Nikki Sanders with Nikki Sanders Leadership Consulting. Thanks for watching More Than Social Work with Nikki Sanders, our Social Work Month first video edition. And I definitely look forward to the next video in this series, Staying Connected. Please subscribe. Let me know what you want to see on this channel. And we are going to do more than social work, because our social work degree allows us to do more than social work. It's more than traditional. Right? I will get to have a great month. See you again. Check it out on LinkedIn. Nikki Sanders NSW. Nikki Sanders CEO on Facebook, Instagram, X, and Nikki Sanders. All right. See you soon. Happy social work.